What is going on, guys? Welcome to GregglesTV Daily Rewind episode 23. Was that mirrored out? Whatever. Anyways, guys, it is my video where I go back the previous week and we talk about the tech news all in one video. As you know, or if you don't know, I put a daily tech news video out every single day. So this one's last week's, all together, one video, and we talk about some great stuff. The Galaxy S10, we have Galaxy Note 9 news, especially with a new color coming out. We have information on Apple's new products that were just released, their new MacBooks, their new iPads. We also have information on all kinds of foldable devices from Samsung and Chinese manufacturers that are coming out this year and in 2019. So regardless, it's a great week for tech news. Check it out, leave some comments down below, and enjoy the show. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about the Galaxy Note 9, indirectly anyway. As you know, the Galaxy Note 9 prided itself, promoted itself, marketed itself as a 1 terabyte storage device, because you can get 512 gigabytes of storage automatically in this phone, and then you can add a 512 gigabyte micro SD card at a later date. And it looks like that later date is very, very soon now. It's already listed on the German website and a few other websites for Samsung throughout the world. And the German website actually leaks the price at about 289 euros, which equates, I guess, to about 320 American dollars for that 512 gigabyte micro SD card. So that will ultimately end up making your phone a 1 terabyte Galaxy Note 9. Now that price is huge. You're looking at, if you buy this phone for $1,250 and then you buy the micro SD card for probably about $300, you're looking at $1,550 for a 1 terabyte device of storage for your Galaxy Note 9. Is it worth it? I don't know. I personally don't need that much storage. I would guess 99% of the world probably does not need that much storage. But if you want that much storage or you need that much storage, we should be able to buy these micro SD cards very, very soon. Once we do, I'll let you guys know. But right now, at least we get like a European type price, and we can equate that into American dollars and go from there. And our last story of the day is about the OnePlus 6T. It was officially announced today by OnePlus, and some of the takeaways from it that we didn't really know or we needed confirmation about were it is officially coming out for T-Mobile, and that comes out everywhere November 1st. You can order it on OnePlus's website, or you can order it on T-Mobile's website. They're giving you a $300 trade-in credit for basically any OnePlus device that's ever been released. So if you have the OnePlus One, you can trade in your device and get $300 off the cost of the OnePlus 6T and a bunch of other devices as well on T-Mobile's site. So that's really, really cool. Also, like I said, you can buy it directly through OnePlus's website, and it'll work on Verizon as well. It's never worked on Verizon. It's going to be certified and working on Verizon this year. You won't be able to buy it from Verizon's website, but it will work on their network. As for prices, it starts off at $549, and that is the 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. It then goes up to $579, so only a $30 increase to get an extra 2 gigabytes of RAM, so 8 gigabytes total of RAM, and then 128 gigabytes of storage. And then the ultimate highest price is $629, and with that you get 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. As for specs, you're still getting, what you expect: Android 9, 6.41 full HD plus display, so 1080p plus display, no 2K display here. Snapdragon 845, 3700 milliamp battery. You're gonna get a camera of 20 megapixels and 16 megapixels on the rear and 16 megapixels on the front. You get an in-display fingerprint sensor, so it'll be the first phone in America released that has an in-display fingerprint sensor. No stereo speakers, and I believe no IP rating in terms of getting this to be waterproof, which is kind of a disappointment. And again, this phone goes on sale November 1st, so about 2 to 3 days from the time you're watching this video. Guys, let's get into the news. So Apple had a press conference today to release some new products. They have a new Mac Mini, a new iPad Pro, and a new MacBook Air. So let's talk about those products that they released today. First, let's talk about the iPad Pro. It comes in an 11-inch model and a 12.9-inch model, and the bezels are really, really small, and it's really, really skinny as well. The other big thing about this is that it comes with USB Type-C. So they got rid of the Lightning port, and now it charges with USB Type-C. I love this. This is a big move for Apple, and it's gonna hopefully roll over to their phones as well. The device is 5.9 millimeters thin, so again, ultra thin. It includes Face ID. They got rid of the home button, and they're gonna use Face ID for you to unlock the phone. It comes with their A12X Bionic chip, which matches what's in their phones now, plus a little bit more, and uses the same LCD display that is on the newly released iPhone XR. As for prices, be prepared to spend. So for the 11-inch model, it's either $799 for 64, $949 for 256, $1149 for 512, or a massive $1549 for 1 terabyte of storage. Otherwise, if you want the 12.9-inch model, it starts off at $999 for 64, $1149 for 256, $1349 for 512, or an incredible, and remember, this is a tablet, $1,749 for 1 terabyte of storage. Next up, you have newly redesigned MacBook Airs, and these start off at $1199 and $1399 and work their way up depending upon how you upgrade it. Also on those MacBook Airs, they did increase the resolution by 4 times, which it was an HD display on the last version, and now it's 4 times as many pixels. It also comes with Touch ID, so your fingerprint is your password. But basically, it's a 13-inch model for this computer, and it's, again, very small, very thin laptops, and these should be shipping by November 6th. And then lastly, the MacBook Mini, which starts off at $799, is available November 6th, and the price will work its way up as you add more and more features to this computer. But anyway, this is just a little computer that you would attach a monitor to, keyboard and mouse, and then you're ready to rock and roll. And our last story of the day actually comes from sammobile.com. I got this idea from them. They put up a picture of 3 different phones, the Galaxy S9, the Galaxy S10, or at least what we think it might look like, and the iPhone XS Max. And I wanted to know which one you would buy just based off of looks. And for me, obviously, I'd go S10, not just because it's a newer phone with newer specs and all that stuff, but just based on looks. It looks so cool, so modern, and just very, very interesting. Guys, let's get into the news. The first story of the day is you can possibly get a free Google Home Mini if you have a family account on Spotify. Family accounts on Spotify are $14.99 a month, and I believe it's either 5 or 6 people on the account at one time that can listen to music, and you'll get a free Google Home Mini starting tomorrow. Now, the actual, stipulations of it are a little bit fuzzy at this current moment in terms of can you be a current customer tomorrow and then go to the specific link that I will have linked down below in the description, and on November 1st up until December 31st, redeem that for a free Google Home Mini. But it also sounds like it's going to be for people that sign up on November 1st, and then from November 1st on until December 31st, for new customers and existing at that point, they can get the Google Home Mini. Again, it's a little bit fuzzy. I'm definitely going to try, and if you have a family Spotify account, go to the link down below and try to get your free Google Home Mini starting November 1st. Next up, the official ordering of the OnePlus 6T phone starts in like a few hours from now, depending upon when you watch this. So it'll start on November 1st at 6 p.m. You're gonna have a very busy November 1st trying to get a free Google Home Mini, and then also trying to get a OnePlus 6T if you're interested in buying that phone. Now, that phone is a flagship phone, flagship specs. The only things it doesn't really have is an IP rating for dust and water resistance, and then also wireless charging. If those are not a big deal to you, then this phone might be right up your alley. So check it out. Anyways, this pre-order or order, whatever you want to call it, starts 6 p.m. Pacific time, 6 a.m. Pacific time, or 9 a.m. Eastern time, depending upon, again, where you live. And our last story of the day comes from Ice Universe, who is a leaker all throughout the tech community, and he leaked out the first phone that's foldable, and he has like a 2-minute video on it. So if you want to watch the whole thing, I'll have it linked down below in the description like I do all of my news stories, but it is kind of interesting to say the least to look at. what it can do and what we possibly might be seeing from Samsung in the very, very near future. And it's a running the Snapdragon 8150, and it's going to be released by Royu Technology. Fold it once into a smaller looking version of the tablet and twist it around and do all kinds of cool stuff. But it's, again, another interesting look at what we could be seeing in the near future from not only Samsung, but also supposedly 3 other companies will be releasing foldable phones at the next couple of months. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about the Google Home Mini. What this is a smart display with Google Assistant built into it that allows you to control your smart home, watch YouTube videos and other video services as well, and just overall maybe look at your security cameras, things like that. It's really awesome. I've already done a video on it. I'll link it down below. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about, generally these things go for $149 at different stores. It's going to be $99 on Black Friday at Target, and I'm assuming probably other stores as well once we get more Black Friday flyers that are going up. But if you're close to a Target, or maybe even you can buy this online, but definitely in store Black Friday, pick one of these up for 99 bucks. It's a no-brainer, guys, at 99 bucks. 7-inch display, plenty big enough to see everything on the screen. The screen's bright, beautiful. I don't know if you can see it, it's behind me. Anyways, I use mine all the time. I love it. Pick one of these up, 99 bucks. Again, no brainer, Black Friday. And our last story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy F, as in Frank phone. That's right, F series of Galaxy phone coming out, and sammobile.com has some exclusive information about this phone. And some of this stuff obviously is rumor, but I'll break it down real easy right now, and then we'll jump into some graphics. It's either going to be Samsung's gaming phone, which we've been talking about for the last few weeks. So Samsung's rumored to be coming out with a dedicated gaming phone with very high-end specs that you'll be able to play high-end games on and have no issues at all. There's another one that they're coming out that's supposed to be a foldable phone, which is basically a tablet that turns into a phone. It folds into a phone, and that's what I think it's going to be. That's what I think the F stands for, is foldable. Now, the model number that's rumored to be called on this phone is SM-F900U. The other information that they have on this phone is that they're saying we can also confirm that the device will ship with 512 gigabytes of internal storage. That would match what we're getting on the Galaxy Note 9. They're only going to put that much storage in a phone if it's a high-end device. So that's another reason that it's rumored to be one of those 2 devices, the gaming phone or the foldable phone, because both are supposed to be very high-end devices. Also, the Samsung mobile boss has already hinted at the foldable phone being a high-end device, which I just said, and it will also have dual SIM support. I'd be curious if that carries over here in America, if it has dual SIM support. Maybe it'll have a SIM card and an SD card. We'll wait and see. And that's all we have right now in terms of information about that phone. It should also have a specialized UI that goes along with the phone, especially if it's a foldable phone. I'm excited. Foldable phone, you're looking at 2019, probably early to mid 2019 when it comes out. I would assume the same with their gaming phone. 2019, obviously, I can't see them releasing another phone this year. I would think they'd want to wait till maybe the new processors come out, the Snapdragon 855 and the new Exynos processor. Let's get into the news. We only have one story today, but it is very important, and it is about the Samsung Galaxy S10. Now, this is coming from 2 different sources, and they're rumors, but they're from sources that have been right in the past. One is ET News in Korea, and the other one is Ice Universe, who basically just lives on Twitter. And it's about the Galaxy S10, and it is about the removal of the iris sensor, iris scanner, whatever you want to call it. So, when you hold up your Galaxy phone, it reads your irises and it unlocks your device. It seems like that is being removed from the Galaxy S10, and the reason being is it looks like they want to, it's really probably going to end up being 2 reasons. They want to stretch out the display so they can get as much display as they can with as little, physical hardware either under the screen or over the screen in terms of a bezel. and also to not have a notch. Notch, as you know, notches, or I should say, are in so many phones right now, from Android phones, which a lot of them are picking them up, have them be really small notches or really large notches. They're in a lot of Android phones, and they're also obviously in the new iPhones as well. And you get used to it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a Pixel 3 XL, and I've been using it for a couple weeks, I guess now at this point, and I'm completely used to it. Do I like it? Does it look great? No, but is it a solution to, expand the screen more? Yes, for sure. Now, again, goes back to the dream that we have all been seeing and having and hopefully wanting, that the Galaxy S10 will be a full display with really no bezel, or really tiny bezels at that. And then at that point, you're gonna say, well, where's the camera go, the front camera go? Well, it looks like it's either gonna go underneath the display where you won't even see it, but it'll still work just like any other front camera will, or you'll have a little dot in the screen that allows you to have that camera in there. And then I don't know how they would, I guess they'd end up putting a black bar with software across the top to give it a fake bezel when you're watching like something on the screen. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. And it looks like the only biometric unlocking solution that they'll have will be the fingerprint sensor. And again, that's supposed to be lying underneath the display. So you'll have your fingerprint sensor underneath the display, unlocking your phone with that. Again, that's the only way you'll be able to unlock it, unless of course you're using a code or a password of some sort. And the other thing about the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor is it's supposed to be very secure, more secure than the fingerprint sensors that we have today. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about the foldable Samsung Galaxy phone, and it's coming from Ice Universe, and can't tell if this is either news that he has or it's his opinion, but regardless, it makes total sense as to why we're not seeing the Samsung foldable Galaxy phone in 2018, and we will see it in 2019. Samsung is correct to release a foldable phone next year. It can use a 7nm processor, adopt a proprietary operating system developed by Samsung and Google, and have enough time to improve the design and durability. These cannot be done in 2018. Now, I don't know if a lot of you are waiting for this foldable phone, but it's going to be a very expensive phone, at least from all the rumors that we've been hearing, possibly more than $1,500. It's also not going to be the first on the block in terms of foldable phones. There's already some Chinese manufacturers already releasing or about to release foldable phones, but we don't want that. We want Samsung or anybody else really to put out a perfect device that's ready for the public with great software. And Samsung, if anybody, can do that. And sometimes Samsung's at the forefront of just putting a product out there maybe a little bit too early, a technology a little bit too early, and it looks like they're taking a step back on this one, making sure everything is right, and then release it to the public, which makes me extremely happy. And the last story of the day is the update we talked about, a month ago, about people getting device updates for their phones, at least internationally, that was going to improve the camera with low light performance of photos and things like that. And it seemed like it was almost never gonna come out for America, but it's definitely starting to hit carriers here in the United States. I've gotten some messages from you guys through social media. I've also been following it through the Reddit forums. So it's come to unlocked phones. It's come to, I know, Sprint phones and Verizon phones and a lot of other phones as well. So check your updates to see if you have this update. It'll improve camera performance. That's always a nice thing with this, because if you can get better performance with already a really nice camera, why not make it great at that point? So let me know. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day comes from Evan Blass, who is a leaker of all sorts for technology, and he put out a tweet about a new color possibly coming out for the new Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Now, Evan Blast's tweet said, "Got tipped on this, eagle-eyed Photoshop detectives, what say ye?" And he shows off a white Galaxy Note 9. He's not saying it's definitely coming out. He's saying that he's not totally sure about it, but a tipster that communicated with him gave him this information showing the Galaxy Note 9 in white, and it's amazing looking color. It looks fantastic. This would have, I'm assuming anyway, would have went off the shelves with high priority from people if this had come out at launch. It's great. If I had the ability, I would trade in my blue for this white. I think it looks awesome. It's a really cool looking color. And let me know what you guys think about it. Is this something that a color that you would have wanted on your Galaxy Note 9 if you already have one? Or if you're thinking about getting one, is this a color you'll wait for? Let me know what your thoughts are on this white Galaxy Note 9. And the last story of the day is about the foldable. We've been talking about this thing a lot because we're getting a lot of news on it. The foldable Samsung Galaxy phone that's supposed to come out, or at least be announced, on November 7th at the Samsung Developers Conference. It looks like we're getting some confirmations on the display, and it's what we've been hearing lately. But regardless, the information that we are getting on this display is that Samsung's upcoming foldable smartphone will feature a 7.3-inch Super AMOLED primary display and a 4.6-inch secondary display. And it's expected to be unveiled at the Samsung Developer Conference in San Francisco next week. So when you think about it, 4.6 inches for a phone is actually pretty small. These are what, over 6 inches at this point, and this is a great size, I feel like. So 4.6 inches as a phone, I'm gonna be like, it's kind of small. But when you open it all the way up, you're getting 7.3 inches of display on there, which is definitely bigger than the phones that we're getting right now, at least in America, the ones that are popular. I'm excited to see this device. I'm really hoping it's something special. It's supposed to have a special interface made by Samsung and Google. So we're only, this is later, November 7th, actually 3 days away from now. We should know more, hopefully, about this device, or at latest November 8th. They're saying November 7th or November 8th, where this most likely, hopefully, will be announced. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. And before I forget, the confirmation that they're getting is from the Bell in Korea, from somebody that works at Samsung. That's what they're saying is their source. That's where the confirmation is coming from. So your question of the day is, I mean, you can pick or choose. Would you go with that Galaxy White Note 9, or what do you think about the foldable phone? Is it getting more exciting for you, or is it getting, I don't really care, I'm happy with what I got, I don't need anything foldable? I know some of you are throwing that out there like, why are they even releasing this product? To push the envelope, that's why. And you always have to push the envelope in order to stay relevant. Thanks for watching. See you down the road. Peace!